This is Andrea J with 420 Mama Yogi coming at ya. Welcome, welcome. What's up, party people? Not sure what that's about. We're going live. Checking connection. Hi. This is Andrea J with 420 Mama Yogi coming at you. Welcome to the 7 p.m. Canna Chat series every Monday. Welcome. Come on in. Take your time. I'm here. I'm gonna get some tea in the meantime while y'all just trickle in. So this evening, my guest is a return guest, and he's probably gonna pop on very briefly because he's a dad and he's got dad duties. So, we want to respect los padres y las madres también. And that's the beauty of my show is that, you're going to be, if you need to be on the go, you're going to be on the go. That's just how it's going to be. So I am not afraid of having guests on who are grown-ups, who are parents. So that's what needs to happen. So welcome. So again, this week we are welcoming Owen Headley, who is, in addition to being a dad, he is also a cannabis connoisseur, a yogi, and a yoga teacher in training. So he's been practicing yoga for years and has decided to take up his own training and being a part of a training program. And so that is exciting. He's actually taken the training that I took with the Flow and Restore Collective. Let me big them up. Big up. Flow and Restore Collective. Mama, welcome. Bienvenue, welcome. You're the only one here so far. I'm going to get some tea while I wait for more people to show up. So we are going to be talking, of course, all things cannabis, all things yoga, and all things parenthood, and how all of those things intermingle. because you can't find me on Facebook. Really? I posted. I'm live. Huh. I'm live streaming right now. Hey, Owen. You ready? Mom, is the music too loud? Owen is coming on shortly. Hey, you. What's up, Papa?
How you doing?
I'm good. Ready for bed, actually. I had a weird night.
It's kind of a crazy day. I apologize for that late notice and stuff. I wanted to come on and show you some love, and see how everything's going.
Yeah.
How's everything going out there? How's out there in Jersey? Everything getting a little bit back to normal, or still?
You mean like cannabis-wise?
Just talking about pandemic-wise.
Oh. Oh, okay. Exactly. Hello. Good to see you. In person. That's as in person as we gonna get. For a while, as much as I want to create, all these. I feel like I'm neglecting my Facebook fans because I don't know if everybody's on there. But I walked away. I need some tea. Oh yeah, that's my mama. She was looking for me before. Peach, yeah, Peach Child Diva. That's my mama. Hey, Sunny. Welcome.
I'm seeing I'm seeing great stuff. My friends in an event.
Yes.
Doing great things out there.
Yeah.
Very, very, very
There's so much amazing
I'm happy to see
stuff.
people that are jumping on, this train.
Yeah.
And seeing that the things that you're doing being poured from the mind, body, and soul. So it's good to see.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate you including me in a lot of the things that are going on. Anyway, messages. I love the communication. You've been a great soul for me to meet, during this life changing journey, actually.
Exactly. It's such a life-changing journey. And it's I guess it's serendipitous that we met through Ash, right? And just like, oh, hello. And she recommended me to you for your badass yogi collective.
Yeah, that's my little pet project right now.
Yeah.
What the goal for it is, and obviously you're one of the originals. It was me, you, Ash, Michelle, and Jocelyn. And, what I wanted to do was, especially during these crazy times, is it's just weird that yoga, no matter what, like it breaks all types of barriers. Like there's no race, there's no gender, there's no religion. It's all practice. It's all healing for the body. It's really, really good. And so what I was doing with this whole project was to show people that no matter where you are, yoga just unites people. And a lot of the people that I've been contacting, that I've been, that have been getting the badass yogi shirts and stuff, are just people that inspire me. And when you look at the diversity of where they're going, we got India, Australia.
Yes, I saw some of those. Like,
black, white. It's a beautiful thing. And
gorgeous.
The ultimate goal is to try to turn that into something where we could, help make yoga, not only prominent but affordable for minority people, and not even just minority people who just can't afford it. Right. And what better way to get notoriety than to recognize the people that make yoga badass? I mean, you look at some of the people that are on in this tribe that. I don't want to say I want to say we, because again, you were one of the original ones, and it just took off from there. The tribe that we created is just, you have some outstanding people, but also you have teachers like to spread that word. And again, I'm always humbled when something like this just takes off the way it did, and it's really been fun to do. And the feedback I've gotten from the people who are part of the tribe has just been phenomenal. And again, it's my way of showing an appreciation for people like yourself who are using their platforms to teach, spread awareness, educate. And this is what platforms should be for, like the right things. We don't always have to agree on certain things, but at the end of the day, we should always learn. And I tell people I love having conversations with people that I disagree with, because I always walk away learning something different.
Right.
And
that's the point.
Like I said, the badass yogi thing is just something. It's near and dear to me, and it's something that, again, just recognizing people of all colors, people of all races, genders, just for being badass. Yoga's badass.
It really is. I'm changing my picture.
It really is, and it's something that through all the craziness, the hate, and despair, it unites people in so many different ways. And I'm very, very proud of it. I'm appreciative of the people that have joined in. It's really, really fun. I love it.
Yeah. I wish I don't know what your long-term goal is other than uniting people. And just so people know, the word yoga means to yoke, which means to unite. So he is being yoga right now, like in this community building. So thank you, Owen, for being the embodying yoga, being the epitome of yoga and uniting all of us. I wonder if there can be, you've heard of wanderlust, yeah? The wanderlust?
Yes.
I wonder if we could do like a badass yogi lust, right? Like
you have, and the cool thing about it, you have, when you dissect even just the people who have been recognized in this tribe, like I said earlier, they're teachers, but they all teach different facets of yoga. So, and each and every one of them, and again, yourself included, has been an inspiration to me. Like I look at everything that you guys do, all the work you do, the teaching, I just feel like it does two things. One, it inspires me, and two, it kind of keeps me on my toes, because it always makes me want to be better. Like, what can I do to be better the next day? Like, one of the favorite things that I do is when I do the yoga twinning. That's really fun to me too. Where again, it's all about to me. It's all about recognition. Like, I feel like this social media platform is a small group of people. I mean, you have obviously your big, blue check, social status people, but to me, it's and that's why I always say it's like ordinary people doing extraordinary things. Like, you're in it, not for profit. Obviously, profit is always great, right, but you're also in it. And I look at you as like an educator. Like, there's a lot of things to learn, even about cannabis and stuff like that I didn't even know. But that made you want to pick up books and read articles and study. It's not. And this is the thing that when I talk about it, it's more mental for me. It's more of a mental thing. And a lot of people, when they have bad days at work, or they have just a bad day in general, the first thing they like to do is just reach for a bottle, and and it becomes habit. Like, for me, a bad day, but like for now, like I'm kind of not, because I'm in this competition training mode. But for me, like, there's different strands of the stuff that like just stimulate your mind. And my anxiety and my depression was so bad to a point where, and this is a fact, like my doctors recommended this stuff. Like, it wasn't like a friend on the street was like, yo, try this. Like, I had doctors who said, you know what, this helped my wife. Like, my wife who, my oncologist, his wife is a cancer survivor. She had a hysterectomy. And he was like, and I look back now and kind of regret it, because he was like, listen, I'll give you a card. You can have a medical card. Okay. He's like, my wife does it. Like, it's going to help you. Yeah. And because it was like such taboo, I'm like, I don't know. who's looking at my medical records at work.
Right.
You know, I don't want to be judged by it, so I just won't do it.
Yeah.
So I went the other route. You know, I went the you know, I got a friend route.
Yeah.
And I could have gone back, you know, and maybe gone the other route. You know, I would have probably done it that way, but either way, you know, it was like doctors are recommending this stuff. Like it's
exactly.
you know, it's getting to a point now where people are starting to realize. I mean, I never thought I'd be around, and I'm sure they probably figured out how to tax it, but I never thought New York would make it legal. I never thought that would happen.
People are smoking in the streets. People are complaining. I have friends who are like, why is it like they were complaining about the smoke? I'm like, I love the smell, so I don't mind, but I haven't smelled it yet in the street. But I also I was on the street for all of like 10 minutes today.
Right.
But yeah, so New York is legal. You can smoke anywhere, and you can grow plants. Jersey is legal. You can't smoke anywhere. You can only smoke in a home or place that is yours, and you cannot grow plants. So there's that. But speaking of, there's someone. My friend Sonny posted that he has to change doctors. But you're in Massachusetts, aren't you? So you've got a Mass doctor. There's got to be some.
I actually don't have the same doctor because it was an oncologist. I don't use the same doctor. Okay. My primary care doctor actually is out of New Hampshire.
He's in New Hampshire. Sonny, go back. Find this doctor. Go ahead. Sorry.
My primary care doctor is amazing. Like, even when I lived back in New York, I would literally drive up to New Hampshire to see my primary care doctor.
See? And Sonny's right there in New Hampshire. So can you send him
talk to me and I'll give you the information. Absolutely. She's a great doctor. I'm Portsmouth.
Oh, I love Portsmouth so much. Did we talk about that last time?
Yes.
Every time I'm in New Hampshire, I'm like, I need to stop in Portsmouth. I just need to. I can't even drink anything anymore to go to the bars. I just need to go and like feel the essence of Portsmouth because I need to be by the water, and I love like the social aspect of it. I don't know. I just love Portsmouth. Anyway. Oops. People trying to call me.
I'm a little, but you touched on a subject today that you know, we kind of got into a little bit this morning that you wanted to talk about. So shoot. I'm all you. Shoot.
Yeah, I just wanted to talk about the I wanted to talk about the Badass Yogi, and you started talking about that and what motivated you to start that, and we did a little bit of that just now. So I guess also hold on, I'm plugging in just your the parenting piece, because I was talking to people earlier, as right before you came on, about how, hey Andre, do something fitness. What's up?
Hey, what's up, Joe? That's my buddy, man. That's a good friend of mine right there. Good man. Thanks for jumping on, Joe. Appreciate that.
Awesome.
My buddy, one of my best friends he has a pod called Just on the Podcast, and I was very honored to be featured on.
Awesome.
Him and I go back, 20-something years.
Really? That's awesome.
My friend Hector, he's a great, he has a great podcast, has some great interviews, and like I said, I was very blessed to be one of his, he's actually going to, I'm going to be in a natural over 40 bodybuilding competition in October. So I'm starting for it now by dieting, exercising, stuff like that. So, you know, I have to flush a little, but Hector's actually going to be the first person I'm going to be on his podcast to talk about the experience.
Cool.
You know, so yeah, you guys should follow each other. You guys can probably, compare notes, and you got two great podcasts here, and he has a good one too. So,
awesome.
But so yeah, the parenting part.
Parenting with cannabis.
What's that?
Parenting with and using cannabis. And how does that work?
When I hear that, I always think about, remember the movie Knocked Up?
Yeah, that was like
there's a part 90s? In that movie with Seth Rogen and Harold Ramis, who was one of the Ghostbusters, played his father. And I remember when Seth Rogen found out that he had got the girl pregnant, and him and were talking at the table, and he was like, "Yeah, Dad, I remember when the whole time you would tell me that smoking is bad for me, but all the whole time you were smoking weed." and regulations that I've made for myself, where the responsibility of being a father obviously always comes first. And when I do entertain, it's mostly when the kids are asleep. Or if they're still awake, my wife and I have dialect. It's communication with my partner. Like, hey, you know what? I might be in a different time zone in about 3 hours. And, do what you got to do, and I'll come down here where I'm at right now, my little dungeon, and I just myself. I got my little record player here. So I really don't think. I mean, you have good parents who are cannabis users. You have good parents who don't. You have bad parents who are cannabis users. You have bad parents that don't use it.
Right.
I really don't think that there's a major correlation with it. I think that if you're responsible enough to raise a child, you should be responsible enough to know how to use. But the one thing I will not do is I will not, and I follow the way my mother taught me when it came to drinking. Like the very first beer that I had was my mother, and ain't beer now, but I remember it was one of those little cans of Budweiser, and she prepared me for like what I was going to, be.
Oh, okay. Okay.
She didn't shelter me from it and say, you're not going to be around alcohol. She was like, this is something that I want to be able to sit down and talk to you about. So I'm not gonna hide my daughters from the fact that it's gonna be out there.
Right.
I'm gonna be very honest. Obviously now at 5 and 1, they don't even understand it. But when they're old enough to understand it, they're gonna know what their dad does. I mean, there's no need for me to hide. I won't. But I also will tell them and give them the do's and don'ts about it. Be responsible.
Exactly.
Do it. If that's the route you so choose to go, let's talk about it.
Right. Right.
Don't let me be one of those parents, from one of those sitcoms that's, cleaning out your drawers and finds a whole stash in the back. Let me know.
Like, did you take my stash?
Can you hold on for 1 second?
Yes, of course. Baby's calling?
Yeah. But yeah, I'm going to be very upfront, very honest about it, have that dialogue. And let them understand that, there are good uses for it, and some people have bad uses for it, but it's there. But I'm going to give them the choice to make it themselves. I'm not going to put those ideas that were probably instilled in our heads about how bad it is, how only junkies and addicts and people in the street. I'm not going to do that.
Right.
And I think as far as the parenting goes, and on the flip side of it, just because you can parent, don't mean you can't have a little something. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
I think people put the stigma that, oh my God, she has a son or he has a daughter, and how can they do that kind of stuff very easily? It's not. It doesn't take away. It doesn't kill your parenting skills.
No.
It doesn't make you make poor decisions when it comes to your children.
Exactly.
It's something that everything you do in life, work, raising kids, taking a shower, you do it responsibly. It's a very, and I will tell you, the one hard part about this competition that I'm in is that I have to really kind of dial back from it, but it's something that for me is a part of my life, and I'm not changing that for anyone. And again, for work purposes and other purposes, I do have my times when I know that I can and I can't. But it's responsibility. And
absolutely.
so I 100% disagree with anyone that says that if you become a parent or if you are a parent, you're not setting a good example for your child.
Right.
I mean, if and I hate to sound like I'm putting myself on a pedestal, but if having a good job, having a wife who has a good job, being a homeowner, and having just a zero debt is a good example for my kids, then I guess I'm just not going to set a good example for my kids.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you brought all of that up, because one thing I keep thinking about. Well, a couple things. Is one just the stigma of people that look like us, right? And how if automatically if you're using and you're brown or black, then there's that stigma of, then you're lazy, or that you're unproductive, or and any of those, or that you're criminal, criminal minds, or and so there's a stigma that we're breaking right now, and the fact that there are parents who, like you said, that smoke or indulge in cannabis, who are great parents, and there are parents who indulge in cannabis who are not great parents. That cannabis may not be the deciding factor in that equation. And one of the things I was thinking about with exposing our children to it, because some people were saying, like, oh, I don't smoke in front of my child. I'm like, I burn sage. That's a whole lot of smoke in front of my kid. Like, he takes the sage and starts running around the house. He's like, we're getting rid of spirits. He's all over the sage. The Palo Santo, like, that's whatever smoking. And so if I do indulge, if I do smoke, I prefer to ingest. But if I do smoke, I will do it, with the fan. But I'm in the house, and I'll let him know, like, this is not for children. This is not, just like I would drink a glass of wine. This is not for you. This is not for you. This is an adult beverage. This is an adult activity. You don't get to play.
Yes. For me, I don't, but I don't for a specific reason. Why I have a 1-year-old who's still developing her.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. And my 9-year-old, like, I have windows and I have a vent thing. Yeah. Like, and he can move rooms on his own. It's different when you have little ones. So different. Yeah, and my wife's really not a major fan of the smell. So if you feel like you wanna have that indulge in that, I don't really feel like you should be in a situation where you can't do it in front of your child. It's no different than having a beer in front of your child. Like, if you put the beer down and go to the bathroom, your child should know how to pick the beer up. Precisely. My wife is a wine connoisseur, and when I do drink, I'm a whiskey guy. And I could leave whiskey there in front of my 5-year-old. She just knows that's daddy juice. Like, she's not exactly.
Yeah, she's not gonna grab it and drink it. So again, it's all about responsibility, but it's what I said in the beginning. Like, it's teaching. And it's again, as we talked about it earlier, like, it's not anything that should really be taboo. Like, you should have no need to have to hide it from anyone, especially somebody that you live in the house with. And just from a space perspective, some people don't have the luxury of being able to go down to a basement or being able to go somewhere. And again, you have to make do with what you have. And again, as long as you're educating your children and people around you, like, there should be no issues. Somebody there, I think they already scrolled up. Sonny, why do people have such a hard time with it? Like, I wish I had that the answer to that. I agree with that. I don't understand why there's such a hard thing to really comprehend. I just don't. Even trying to answer the question is confusing.
Just old mindsets. Like, it's been instilled in us for the last 90 years that cannabis is bad. 90 years of saying, nope, don't do it. It's going to make you crazy. It's going to make you kill somebody. People believe that shit. They believe it. Because they're told, and repeatedly. It's not just one person telling. Like, it was one person, then that one person turned it into 10, that person turned it into 100, and then legal, presidents were announcing, newspapers were promoting, the negativity of cannabis. So it's an ongoing process, which is why we have to break these barriers.
It's so funny because there are a lot of things that you could intake, and I'm also a nutritionist, so there's a lot of things you can intake in your body that are 1,000 times worse. Like, I've seen so many people, and I have people who even follow me who are in our community. They indulge in mushrooms.
Right.
And shrooms are a hallucinogen. Like, they legit make you hallucinate. Yep. But there are people who actually, promote it, and that's fine. I have no issue with it. It's not my thing, but I have no issue with it. And I have a problem with anybody that promotes it. And respect people who, again, don't feel it has to be taboo. But the point of what I'm saying is that there are so many other things in your body that you can put in your body that are so much more dangerous than weed or, you know, cannabis, marijuana, whatever you want to call it. Like, you can go to the GNC and you got something you can buy off the shelf that's worse.
Exactly.
None of that stuff at the GNC is FDA approved.
Nope.
Like, the FDA won't approve it. So, I mean, there's just so many other things. And you're talking to someone who, like, I'm a workout fanatic.
Yeah.
Like, when I was coming up, like, now I know the sciences of it, but I was going to the GNC and trying to use, like, hydroxycut and, you know, all that rich fuel and all that stuff. All that stuff did was just give you anxiety, and it causes you can have heart attacks, seizures.
Yeah.
And again, why the FDA won't put their seal of approval on it. But, you know, so that kind of stuff is even worse for your body than even marijuana is. So again, my plea to people is, listen, you don't have to like it, you don't have to do it, that's fine, but, you know, understand that there's an entire science behind it that, you know, obviously government and people who these positions of power are starting to listen to the doctors and read the studies and seeing that it's not as, you know, it's not as unsafe as they once thought it was.
Right.
Again, you know, I guess I would ask this question: Would you rather, you know, smoke a joint, or would you rather inject your arm with heroin? Like, what would you rather do? You know what I mean? You just gotta look at it that way.
Yeah.
You know, there are just so many things that if people just took the time to, like, watch shows like yours and, you know, go to some of the functions that you invited me to. Like, I watched that. I learned so many things from the different people there.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, like, you know, you take mental notes and, you know, you got to educate yourself. It's all about education. I think now what we're seeing, especially now with the advent of New York going deals, like, I think people are really starting to educate themselves and to kind of listen again to the experts. And, you know, if we would have listened to the experts to begin with, we wouldn't be in the pandemic. So it's like, listen to the experts.
Point taken. Over here, people. Spitting knowledge. But yeah, Jamie's on.
I hate to have to run, my friend.
No worries.
But listen, much love to you. I cannot wait. We've already talked about it, Ashley and I cannot wait till this chaos is over. We're definitely going to either make our way. I'll probably gonna make my way down there. We can meet somewhere in between or someplace. We need to have a yoga session, and we need to have, you know, our other session.
But I'm actually offering
reminisce
exactly.
Really, you know, just get to know. I feel like your family are ready, but you know, I can't wait to have that moment where we can have this kind of talks in person. You know, but I really have a lot of appreciation, respect for what you're doing. You're educating people. You know, I think even for me, someone who even before I knew you, you know, indulged in cannabis, you know, I'm learning even more about it. Like, you know what? I'm good with it anyway. It doesn't matter to me, but you know what? That too. Like, that's fine too. And I love what you're doing. It's very informative for me. And, you know, I always look at it like this: if you can educate one person, you just educate an entire planet. Because now I'm spreading that word too.
Exactly.
And you know you have my support. Whatever you need from me, what you gotta do is just reach out to me and just say, hey, ho. But I would love to, you know, we can do this off the cuff, but to give you some more time, another time in the future. You know, like I said, today was kind of a crazy day. Yeah.
Yep. You got daddy duties.
Daddy duties, but I love you. I'm glad that you had me on, and I will definitely be in touch with you, my friend.
Excellent. Love you back. Enjoy your evening. Take care of your wife. I know hopefully she feels better soon.
I will. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
See ya. For those of you who are staying, thank you for staying. We're actually going to jump into some yoga shortly. Hey, Jamie, I was trying to say hi. I was trying to let Owen say hi to you too. This is the portion of our yoga chats, or Canna chats, where we offer yoga. So I feel like at one point I should probably talk to people about the yoga as well. And it doesn't have to just be all cannabis, right? So as we're doing this yoga practice, I will talk you through it. So regardless of if you're a novice, if you've been practicing for a while, feel free to join us and just hop on your mat right now. Let's go. So again, this is 420 Mama Yogi coming at you with my Canna Chat series, and it is yoga time. So we're gonna come to our mat. We're gonna lay flat on our backs in Shavasana. So in Shavasana, you're feeling your entire body connected to the floor below. Hands are down by your sides and out to the side. Feet are legs are straight out. If you feel like you need to put something underneath your feet, maybe you have a blanket or blocks. If you don't have blocks, there are also books, thick books. If you have anything from Harry Potter, those books should be helpful because they're enormous. So we're going to start in Shavasana. While you're here, if it's available to you, close your eyes. And just start to notice your breath. While you're here, maybe you put one hand on your belly and start to feel your belly rise with each breath. Enjoy the stillness of this pose. And if thoughts come in that are distracting, just acknowledge them. Allow the thoughts to come into your mind and just float away. Feel the connection of your head, shoulders, upper back, middle back, low back to the mat below. Feel your bum, your thighs, your calves, as well as your heels. As they connect to the mat or surface below. You should also be feeling your upper arms, maybe your lower arms as well, and the back of the hands. Connected to the ground or surface below. Notice any sensations you might be having in your body at this time. If you're not feeling any sensations, that's also something to notice. And when you're ready, you're going to bring your feet flat to the mat, which means your knees are going to bend, reaching toward the sky. You may adjust your body accordingly. You might feel like you want your low back to get a little bit closer to the ground. We're going to take our right knee up toward our chest. Interlace your fingers behind the back of your knee and just pull that knee closer to you. Remember to keep your shoulders away from your ears, just pulling that knee in toward you. While you're here, you're going to extend the left leg out straight. So it's no longer bent with your foot flat on the floor. You're going to extend that leg straight out. Feel how that opens up. You feel it in your pelvis and your groin area. Just that one movement of elongating our leg. Keeping this one here. We're going to take our hands to the outside of the knee now. I'm going to place my right hand on the mat. I'm going to pull my right knee over the left side of my body. Just going to allow my leg to fall. If you have a bolster, this is a great time to have a bolster here. This is a great time to have a bolster here. Hi, Zen Barn Farms. So I have a bolster right next to me. So I'm bringing this, extending my left leg out. Right knee is now in my hands. I'm going to pull my right knee over the side of my body. My bolster is over here to catch my leg. So I can offer a nice twist here, but it's also a restful twist. So while I'm twisting over here, my arms are going to be cactused out, mainly because I have very little space. You can also make your arms out to a T. But my hands are in a cactus posture. And I'm giving myself a nice spinal twist here. So my right leg is over the left side of my body, and my head is looking toward the right. Release when you can. And breathe into this pose. About 2 more breaths. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. And if you want, you can actually extend that leg. And so it's not just a bent leg now. Now it's an extended leg. So we have our left leg extended and our right leg is crossed over our left, and we're extending that leg. Again, if you have a pillow or bolster, this is a great time to use that. Good. And your next inhale, we're going to bend that knee once again and untwist, bringing our spine and glutes back to the mat. Bring that knee in, give it a hug, and release. All right, we're going to keep this one bent, which is how we started the last side. So I'm going to bring my left leg, extend the left leg, interlace my fingers behind the knee, and pull that knee in closer to my body. You may even want to just have it, bring it to the outside of your body. So here, for I'm feeling a little more of a stretch. For those of you who don't know Zen Barn Farms, they are a hemp farm. I believe they're in Vermont. I'm going to go visit soon, I hope. And yeah, I just wanted to, you all need that connection if you're looking for homegrown, family-grown, black-owned business. That's where you want to go. So you may notice I'm actually purposely dropping my knee out to the side. I want you to pay attention, and I want you to bring that knee up and make sure that knee is stationary and nice and solid. That foot is grounded to the floor below. Because what you do with one side, you're we're opening up this left hip, but I want my right hip to be nice and steady and sturdy and keep me solid on the mat. All right, now I'm going to bring this leg back to center. I'm going to extend my right leg out. Feeling that extension, feeling the groin opening, your pelvis is facing the ceiling. Feel that your leg is trying to touch the mat below. Maybe it doesn't quite make it. And that's fine. Wherever your leg is all the way fine. In your next inhale, we're going to take this left leg over the right side of our body. I don't have my bolster on this side, but you'll see what I do have are blocks. So I can put my blocks here, or you can take a blanket if you have a blanket to support that knee. So extended right leg, left knee comes to chest, and then we're going to pull it over with the right hand, pull that left knee over, and allow it to rest on your blocks. Arms coming up and out, away from the body. You can make your arms into a T, or you can have cactus arms. Wherever you are in this pose is all the way okay. Looking over the left side of your body as your left leg reaches over the right side of your body. Take 2 more breaths here. Once again, while you're here, you can extend that leg. So the left leg that was bent, you can now extend across your body. And it can stay on these blocks, or you can always take the blocks away if that feels more comfortable to you. Or maybe just have 1 block instead of 2. Your next inhale, we're going to bend that left knee, bring it back up to center, rolling your whole body back to center, keeping your spine nice and connected to the floor below. Bringing both knees in. Let's massage the spine a little bit by rolling our knees in a circle. Rolling. Let's do about 10 in each direction. So you're rocking along your sacrum. Your low spine might feel a little bit of this massage. Good. And now change direction. After you hit your 10, as slow as you want. Hugging your knees tight into your chest. We'll roll over to the side and bring ourselves up to seating. Thanks, the real deal. Marvelous. Okay, now that we're in seated position, I'll have you take your blanket and place it behind you. And you're going to get seated on your blanket. This allows you to lift up a little bit higher so that your hips are now above your knees. So instead of up here, which might happen if you are sitting without a blanket. I bring the blanket and I remove the flesh from under my sit bones so that my body can ground down. My booty bones can ground down. And then I sit in easy pose. Some of you might feel more comfortable in crisscross applesauce. In the cross-legged position. Can you tell I'm a teacher? Can you? Okay. So it might, or easy pose just has your legs kind of close to your body. Heel is closest. One heel is closest, and your shin and the top of your feet, or shins and top of your feet, are on the mat below. Sitting nice and tall. Notice the balance here. If you're feeling heavier or more weight on one side, try to find some balance. That's going to help with your posture and just noticing and figuring out how best to proceed with your body. And if you're feeling like there's some imbalance, you want to figure out how to get back in balance. From imbalance to imbalance. Alrighty. So from here, we're just going to, excuse me, gonna extend our legs out, nice and wide. So you're making your legs, extending our legs out in front of us. And so you're gonna extend them and open them as far as they can go, where that's still comfortable. Once again, the beauty of yoga is that you know your body best. And this is a time to focus on what your body needs. What do you need in this moment? So my split or my opening is not, I don't have, my legs don't go all the way out to the side. It doesn't mean that your legs won't, right? So wherever you are in this pose, embrace it. So in this pose, once again, I want you to notice where your sit bones are and where the balance is. If you're feeling like you are out of balance, or you might need to make an adjustment, just lift your hands up. You can put your hands behind you, and you can sit and move a little bit forward. And just notice, take notice. And here, in order to sit up nice and tall, you want to tuck your tailbone in just ever so slightly. So a tuck is your pelvis coming toward the video or wherever the front of your mat is. Here, and just allow our feet to just be. We're not pointing, we're not flexing. We're just going to sit in this pose. Just notice how our legs start to open. Just noticing here. Now we're going to turn our body toward the left side. What I want you to do is start to walk your hands out away from your body toward that foot. You may notice that your left leg starts to tighten. We're going to engage a little bit. Still nothing to do with the foot though. We're going to leave the foot as it is. And if your back starts to round here, that's fine. What I want you to do is make sure that your lower back is still as straight as possible. So lower back is nice and straight. And when you get to your edge, whatever edge that is, like the place where you can't go anymore, that's when I want you to relax into this pose. So just drop your head, make your head heavy, allow your neck to release. Remember, we should keep the shoulders away from the ears here. You may notice that your right leg is starting to collapse in. I want you to consciously open and turn that right leg out. Not to the point where it's painful or so much effort that it takes a lot. Just enough so that your leg is not collapsing into the center. That goes for both legs. Not collapsing into the center. Breathing here. Remembering shoulders away from the ears. As you're breathing here, start to notice if there's anything that needs to open up. Any tension that you need to breathe life into, breathe air into. Find that place. Start to open it up. Use your breath. That's what it's for. Whether you're reaching for your foot or reaching for the floor below, it's all the way okay no matter where you are. Your next inhale, I want you to come up out of this and start walking back toward the center. Coming back to center, coming back to neutral. Once again, start to notice if there has been any adjustment to your sitting and try to find your balance once again. Making sure each sit bone, maybe remove the flesh once again. Maybe it's still where it needs to be, which is great. Each sit bone should be rooted into the blanket below or the mat, wherever you are. Now we're going to inhale and twist toward the right side. Exhale, you're going to walk your hands slowly down. Slowly down toward that right leg. So once again, you'll notice that I am not collapsing as soon as I start walking my hands. My spine is up nice and tall. I'm going to start walking, keeping that spine nice and tall until I reach my edge, where I feel like I can't go anymore. My left leg my knee is facing the ceiling, so it's not collapsing into toward the circle, toward the center. My right right leg is extended. And I'm facing toward that right leg, and I'm walking out toward the right foot, bringing my hands toward the foot. Back is still nice and straight. I've reached my edge. I'm going to relax and collapse here. Spine can round here. Head can release. Your neck as well. You might notice some tightness in your hips or groin area, maybe your back. Start to breathe life and energy into these spaces, allowing the tension to release. Imagine the air flowing into all those spaces that are tight and washing away any tension on each exhale. Focusing on your breath here, we're going to take about 5 more breaths in this pose. Nice and slow. Take your time. you're done with your last breath, start to walk your hands back toward the center of your body, coming up to a seated position, sitting up nice and tall. Let's bring those knees, those legs in together. Shake them out. Shake, shake, shake. Shake those legs up. Alright. To finish up, we're going to bring our feet together in the center. This is butterfly. So our legs are like butterfly wings. Just going to flap them here. Flap, flap. Take your time. Don't fly away. We're going to do our own little thigh master here. So as our knees come in, we're going to draw our knees in. And we're going to have our elbows pushing away, pushing toward our knees, while our knees push toward our elbows. So you're going to create your own resistance here. We're going to come in together, meeting those knees. And then we're going to go out. So that, again, the resistance is now the knees are resisting while the elbows are pushing out. Good. Let's do 2 more times here. Resist, resist, resist. Resistance. Out. Maybe you can incorporate your breath there. Maybe you inhale as your knees come in. And that resistance building. Exhale out. Resisting, resisting, resisting. Good. Marvelous. And back to the seated posture. So I want to thank everyone for joining. For those of you who are catching this on the replay, please join us every Monday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, for my Canna Chat series. I'm Zandrea J with 420 Mama Yogi. And next week we're going to have Bill, the Pot Buddy, coming on to join us. He does a podcast as well. It's over there on YouTube. And those of you on YouTube now, you can go follow the Pot Buddy. Also coming up, so tomorrow there is my guest from last week, Brendan Robinson, who is a co-founder of 420 NJ Events, is having an event, like a pre-420 event tomorrow night. That's Tuesday night, 4/13. So go follow at 420 NJ Events. I'm going to put that right here, at 420 NJ Events, so you can find out what's happening tomorrow. Also, the following week, I am attending but also offering yoga services to New Jersey Botanicals. I'm doing a yoke and toke and yoke. So again, yoga, as I said at the top of this, during my session with Owen, is that yoga means to yoke, which means to unite. So we're actually going to be uniting cannabis. So BYOC, bring your own cannabis, bring your own medicine. And that's going to be 420. It's a 420 event. It's I just got a message from Gary and the real cannabis folks. So it says, let me read it out loud. So there's free tickets. So you want to go to Real Canna, and it's 420 virtual festival and after party. So I went to the Real Cannabis Entrepreneur Conference a couple of weeks ago, And it was phenomenal. There's so many people that I met and so many connections. So if you're either looking to get into the cannabis business or just looking to reach out to people who are already in it, going through real cannabis entrepreneurs is the way to go. So you got to meet Gary George. He is phenomenal. He and his wife Marie Antoinette George. I love her name. And so those folks are putting on an event, a virtual event, and like I said, I'm going to do a yoke and toke and yoke. So you get to indulge in your cannabis and engage in an awesome yoga flow. I can't wait to see you all there, and I can't wait to see you again next week. So I hope to talk to you and chat with you again. And I want you to have a lovely evening. Enjoy your Monday. Thanks again for watching. Namaste.